Okay. Today's topic is Bhagavad Gita. I want to explain what Bhagavad Gita is. Bhagavad means God, Gita means song. So Bhagavad Gita means song of God. What is in Bhagavad Gita? Probably everyone knows this is the best scriptures of Hinduism or Vedant philosophy. Vedas is the basic source of knowledge. Upanishads are the essence of Vedas. Lord Krishna, like milked the cow. Veda is like a cow. He milked the cow, turned into Bhagavad Gita. That means the essence of cow is the milk. So Bhagavad Gita is the milk, essence of all the ancient scriptures. Later on, the scriptures is called Bhagavatam. Lord Vyasa, he churned milk into ghee or butter. Butter is the essence of milk. So it gives very simplified essence of everything. In the book, Threefold Path, I brought out all the essence in a simplified form that can be applied here and now. Okay. So Bhagavad Gita is the original source. I learned it from childhood. I did not go to school. You have to go to school for 12 years to learn Sanskrit grammar. But I knew basic grammar. I know basic grammar, so I can go to the original scripture. So second chapter and third chapter of Gita is Karma Yoga. Gita covers all the yogas: Gnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and Raja Yoga. Okay. Second chapter is Gnana Yoga and little bit of Karma Yoga. Third chapter is Karma Yoga. So I would recite the shloka. I'm exposed to it for my entire life, and I remember that it is in the form of song. So I will sing. It's called shloka or verses. Karmanyevadhikaraste na phalesu kadachana na karma phalahetu mate sangosvakarmani. This one shloka is most powerful. It's the essence of Karma Yoga. I will explain directly because it's not commentaries of anyone, it's directly from shloka. First thing, Lord Krishna says, you have control over your actions and not for the fruit of it. All the teaching is so scientific, so psychological. We have no control over outcome. We have only control over what we can do. We have right to act. Animals don't have intellect and consciousness to choose direction. Animals don't have the choice. Their karma produces results instantaneously. We produce sanskaras. On the other hand, we have chance to evolve spiritually. So we have control over the actions, and actions can be done in the present. So first message is we can control only our present. We have no control over future is the second part. No matter whatever you do, you have no control. No matter how much you plan, you work hard to make million, you work hard to go somewhere, but it's not in your control because it is controlled by many situations. Entire universe is part of what comes as outcome. Also, our deep sanskaras also play a role, is called prarabdha. Prarabdha means sanchit karma, karma of previous life come all of a sudden as a good fortune or misfortune. All this control. So give that up. Ma karma phala hetu bhu. That another thing is, don't make the fruit of your action, whatever you want to attain, as your main goal. This looks stupid. I mean, you don't go to work and you don't get any money. It is not that. The thing is, don't look for any reward. Don't look for any goal, but set the direction. That clarifies. Set the direction, and then whatever result comes, you accept it. All the karma bring the fruits, whether you want it or not. So you accept the fruit as blessing of God or prasad and say, Mate Sangha Astu Akarmani. Don't be attached to inaction because I don't want any fruits. Why should I work? Okay. So you can see how it is effective. All our energy goes in thinking about what to do, what not to do. Second thing, whether I will succeed or not. Suppose you don't succeed, you will be disturbed at the end that I'm not good, I'm not good. You blame someone. Suppose you succeed, you get overexcited. Both ways you lose. You are not in the present. So you can be successful only performing action in the present. Also performing action as your dharma, because I get paid for the job, so I work. That destroys the whole feeling. You do as dharma, you do as your duty to please God, your duty to flow in rhythm with nature. This way, whatever you do all your entire day, all your activity becomes meditation because you are in the present. And the fruits always is superior. When you don't look for anything, better results come. People get tired because they think about the result and they cannot focus in the present. People become miserable because of this attitude. So this is the fundamental thing. Second thing, yogastha kuru karma sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddhyos siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga yujate. Perform your actions being established in yoga. Dhananjaya, Krishna says, Arjuna, his name is Dhananjaya. Siddhya siddhyo, success or failure, ignore them. Don't look at the results at all. Pay attention in the present. Simplest example is if you're traveling long distance, say you want to go to California from here or Washington, wherever you want to go. And if you think about when would I reach there, it will distract you from paying attention on the road. You miss the road, you can get into accident. But only you keep an eye, am I in the right direction? You look at the milestone, and that is the guideline. So there is nothing wrong in following the direction. But as soon as you set the goal, you disturb your energy. If you apply this philosophy, it is surely will give you success. If you don't get material success, you will find peace of mind. That is your success. Okay. Durena hyavaram karma buddhi yoga dhananjaya buddho sharana kunte kripana bhavan. So people who have wisdom follow this path. Others who are kripana, self-centered, they look for the fruits and they are the one who suffer. There is another verse which is important. Buddhi yukto buddhi yogo yahatiha buddhi yukto jahatiha ubesu krutadasnute tasmaya yoga yujyasva tasmad yogaya yujyasva yogasya. The last section is yoga karmasu kaushalam. That needs explanation. That is also a famous the sentence that quote all the time. Yoga is perfection in action. Yoga means skillful action. What is skillful action? Whatever you do, you do skillfully. Skillful action means you are efficient. You use your time efficiently. You don't waste your energy. That is skillful. Also, skillful action is whatever you do it perfectly. But a thief may say, I'm a skillful thief. Because for thief to be skillful is to steal the maximum without being caught. Isn't that skillful? Here, Krishna is not talking about that. What is skillful? Is that by doing which you don't get contaminated. That means all the actions produce results. Karma has karma vipak, action has reaction. And also it produces sanskara. You produce action without producing reaction, that is skillful action. That means you can produce skillful action only if you are not the doer. As soon as you are the doer, that I am doing it, the thought I am doing it, your mind is involved, your body is involved, you are producing karma, you are getting the results, and you are tied to sanskaras. So how could you be instrumental, not the doer? This is why we become instrumental. I am instrument of God serving. This is when the concept of dharma comes in. My duty as a teacher is to teach. My duty as a student is to study. My duty as parents is to take care of children. Same way, duty of everyone. This is called dharma. You do as dharma. So when you do your job, whatever you do as dharma, you are doing it to please God. So there is no burden, no tiredness. Okay. So this is undo. You can do it by doing unconditionally. That is another concept. You don't do with any condition. I do this, so I should get this reward. I do it for my own joy. And by doing it, I'm purifying myself and I'm evolving spiritually. Do it selflessly. So if you want to be skillful actor, you do everything unconditionally, selflessly for self-purification. So this is what I chose. I chose to serve. Just to give you an idea, how can I serve? When you got everything, you are content. You serve. What can you serve with? If you have money, you can distribute money. If you have strength, provide somebody strength. You have legal skill, provide legal skill. But if you can provide spiritual help, that is the greatest help you can provide. That is the greatest service you can provide because it gives you joy. This is why I chose, instead of putting price, it is unconditional. I could not find satsang any other way. So this is my satsang. It's satsang that I am talking to myself. I'm inspiring myself by writing the book and teaching. And I don't want anything as a reward. At the same time, if anything comes unconditionally, you don't reject it either. So if you say, I won't take anything, that is not flowing. So flowing is receiving and giving. Reverse, receive and give. And this is the law of life. So another thing is that people perform action. So this says, Visaya vinivartante niraharasya dehinam rasavacham rasopyasya param drisva nivartate. People do discipline. They suppose fast, don't eat. So they lose weight. So that is the result. But it's not permanent result, because if you keep on entertaining the thought about food, even if you're not eating it, you are eating it, because the day your senses are left loose, you will eat without control. So really, the real guidance is, don't try to control your body, control your senses, control your mind. In Upanishad, they talk Shama and Dhamma. First, train your mind, understand what you want to do, and then body will follow. You don't need to do any discipline. If you have clarity what you want and why you want it, everything will happen. If you want to lose weight, you don't have clarity why you want to lose weight. If you really have clarity, what are the harms by having too much weight? What are the benefits of losing weight? That would inspire you to follow the discipline. This is the guideline. That whatever we control, there is deep desire inside. That is called a rasa, the kind of relish. You enjoy it. And that remains all the time. Even if you give up all the pleasure of the world, still some deep, subtle desire is there. And Krishna says, Param Drishtva Nivartate. That desire goes away only after you experience directly experience of God. Patanjali says something similar, that there are two kinds of vairagya, that that heard and seen, the desire for seen and heard of this life and future life, you give up the craving for it, is called basic vairagya, renunciation. Shrota, Shruta, Anusravika, Vishaya, Vistrusnasya, Vashikara Sanya, Vairagya. That means all this you give up. Satu, Param Društva, Guna Vaistrusnyam, Nivartate. That means All this can go away only after experiencing direct connection with God. Until then, we are controlled by three forces of nature. This may be a little bit difficult, but if you contemplate on it, the basic essence I brought out on this is real essence of karma yoga, how to perform actions that you are not contaminated, you succeed materially, financially, and also you find peace. All the disturbance of the peace comes because restlessness of the thought, and a restlessness is about the results. Everyone is so much occupied with what will I get. This is everyone is wasting so much time on what can I get. Here the idea is what can I do? So selfless service is giving up, especially in retirement. I recommend people do selfless service if you want to find peace. Okay, so I will go to the next section.